Welcome back. Now, time before last I did substitution clues, really basic ones where we had synonyms, made the answer from those. And then I went and did anagrams as a bit of light relief. And that's because if you've been looking at crossword clues whilst you've been sort of looking at these videos, then you'll probably have noticed that there's a little bit more going on in the substitution clues than I made out in that previous episode. They have another element to them, which I haven't gone into yet, but we're about to do now. So you have your substitution words, you have your definition, and then you have your words that make synonyms, but there's another entire sort of class of word that I haven't really described yet, and they are sort of functions. So they're words that don't have a synonym in the answer, but they affect either another word in the clue or the word that you use to substitute. And they're going to affect it in a number of ways. They could affect the word in the clue in the sense that you use only a part of it, one end, the middle letter, something like that. They could affect the placement of the word that's substituted into the answer. They could affect what you do with the word in the answer. There's quite a lot of these, and I'm going to do different ones in different episodes, but this is a basic principle one, so I'm going to show you two, and you'll start to see what I mean. End of pact, cause for betrayal. End of pact, cause for betrayal. 7 letters. Now, remember, basic principles, definition, wordplay. So this is quite a nice easy example because you've got your for being your equal sign there. So you know you're looking for a word for betrayal, 7 letters. The rest of it, if you just went with straight substitutions, you'd probably go off down the wrong path because you've got end. So you're looking at end and you go aim, goal, purpose, something like that, which is already, you're getting quite long for your 7 letters if the rest of the clue has to fit in there as well. Pact, you're thinking treaty, agreement, something like that. Cause, so reason, that's the only one I can think of right now. So you know you've got a bit too much clue to work with. Now the key to this one is end of pact. Now this end of is a function, not a substitution, but it's affecting this word. So end of pact is the T, the last letter in pact. Cause is reason, which is why it's the only word I could think of. Treason, end of pact, cause for betrayal. So that has just acted as a function rather than substitution. So the of was a bit of a giveaway there. So if you see middle of or last from something, the from is a good indicator because there aren't really synonyms for those sorts of words. So you've got a good chance that they're actually supposed to be affecting the next word or the word before. It doesn't have to work that way around. So that was a fairly simple example. Let's think of another one. Cover evidence without pressure. 5 letters, cover evidence without pressure. Now, you've got no equal sign, there's no word to indicate that. So you could be working on pressure, you could be working on cover evidence, unlikely. For your definition, you're looking at one of those 2 words. Now, without is a pretty good idea that you've got a good chance that's going to be a function rather than a synonym. It could do 2 things. It's used often because obviously it really helps with crosswords if you're born about 150 years ago. It's used in the archaic sense of outside of quite frequently. So something without something might mean put that word around the other word. It is without it. Not that it is missing, but in this sense it does mean missing. Because you've got without pressure here, once again you're looking at without pressure, these 2 words working together. So in some way pressure is without, either removed or outside of, which means that you're looking at the other end for your definition. And once again, this is where you can get into, as I talked about in the science and maths episode, kind of guessing backwards. So you can think 5 letters, can I think of a 5-letter word for pressure, can I think of a 5-letter word for cover, and I just realised that should be 4. It's a 4-letter word and I'll show you why in a second. So you think about which one of those might be a definition and then see if you can play with the other bits of the clue to make an answer that makes sense, to justify back, reverse engineer the answer you got. So if I say cover, I'm looking for 4 letters now because I worked out what I'm doing, and I'll give it away. The answer is roof. And this is evidence, proof, without pressure. Remember the science and maths? Pressure is often indicated by a P, only indicated by a P. So proof without pressure is roof. So that in this top one, you had end of pact, you took the last letter. This one, you had evidence without pressure, that was your wordplay, and you had to take a substitution word and then remove the P from it. Working out how the function words are going to affect the substituted words or the clue itself, it's a bit trial and error, and it's often used to mislead you. So there are certain conventions, and then you'll realise that someone's found a very cunning way, a particular setter has found a cunning way of subverting that convention, and you instantly think, oh, well, of course that means the last letter of this, and you're wrong, because they've used end as aim, and actually the clue breaks down completely differently from how you thought. But that's half the fun of it, really, is just kind of working out how they go together. So that's 2 very basic examples. So look out for any words that might affect another word. So you'll have ones that take only the odd letters or the even letters. So you'll have regular is quite a good one. Without happens a lot. After, there's another possibility that the words that you substitute are rearranged. So something after something might mean take all the substitutions but put that one after that. But we'll deal with other functions in later episodes. This is just a very basic introduction and a slight sort of apology that there is an awful lot more going on in the substitution clues than I made out at first. But apart from that, happy solving.